Okay, first we're gonna make sure you wipe the skin down with alcohol just to dry it out, get all the oils off the skin. You know, it help your stencil stick better because the oils will help it rub right off. About to apply our stencil once we wipe it down. Y'all see how small it is? Yep, we're gonna use that 1 round liner. And be very careful. Let's mark off exactly where the tattoo going. And where is we going with this?
A little bit.
You want it closer to the wrist?
Yeah.
You want it higher or in the middle?
You can do higher.
So like right on the top part? So about right there?
Yeah.
That's where we going at. You only really need like a dab. I understand stuff about this being so small. Let's apply. Make sure our marks line up. There we go. Boom. Press it down. See what we looking like. Boom. A little small. Like I said, what we're doing a single line though, it's gonna be way thinner lines. Of course, the ink look a lot more thicker. Yeah. Maybe like some real thin lines on there. We're gonna go with the black ink. And I'm gonna turn the voltage a little down. I'm not gonna do like 8 or nothing like that. Even though you do want to move fast when using a small liner, but you just gotta be careful. So I'm gonna go at 6.5. This isn't hard enough to handle that. You don't want to move too slow because you don't want to keep going over that line. You want to kind of be one and done and keep moving. And if 6.5 too slow, of course we gotta bump it up. But it's all about matching your hand speed with the speed of the machine. Because if it don't match, it just ain't gonna work. You're gonna have to go over the line anyway if you're moving too slow. Get a little green soap, wet the paper towel up. And if you're right-handed, I always start from right to left because you want to start from left and wipe away as you go. So that's just a little tip for those that don't know better. But if you've been in the game and that's what you're used to, you know how to handle that situation and not wipe away. Now we got a little too much hang out there. Show you how much I'm gonna hang the needle out. We really gotta see this little small needle doing some work. Y'all probably can't see that. No, you really can't. But I'm gonna hang it out a little bit more than that though. Okay, about right there. I don't know if y'all see that. You see with the light hitting it, it's hanging out a nice amount. But I'm barely gonna be tapping it. You don't wanna let the needle do the work. Let the needle do the work. Let's start at the bottom, move up. Make sure you're stretching the skin as well. The minute you hit, just make sure you start moving. Because that needle is punching. The lines down there already. You're gonna float the needle in this circumstance so you can really see what you're doing because it's a real fine line. And you got too much room for error. You want to see the tip of that needle everywhere it's going at. And the semicolon was just all black, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And just the butterfly, then we're gonna hit that semicolon. my cooling in. Throw the lid dot and add that soup on the end. And get another dot up top. Okay, on to the lettuce. Oh, we ain't gonna move to the lettuce yet because we still gotta shade in the black that's on the butterfly. So I'm gonna try to give it some little circles, but really it's too small to give it so much detail. So if it just get black over time, it's just, still gonna be a butterfly. It's not gonna harm the tattoo. Hopefully y'all can hear me right with this mask on. Seem weird just talking to a phone. Yeah, get used to it when people really be looking, asking questions. And for those that don't know how to pack black, it is a little different with the liner. Because you see we still like badly tapping, but kind of moving a little faster than we did with the line. Just making sure we kind of work it all in there. You could be a little more free with the shade, but the lines you can't be as free, of course. You're trying to get some fine lines. Let's go to the bottom and add a little black around there. That black is just gonna help our butterfly stand out with the bolder outline. Because the other ones can't be bold, of course, on the outside. Okay, now we're gonna move to the lettuce. I really be holding my breath doing this, For real, this for real, like, be real tense with the thin lines, especially lettuce. So let's start from the back. We're gonna work up, practice that motion if you're not used to it. If you're not used to some lines, make sure you practice that motion before actually hitting on the skin. Because your mind will change up real fast. Make sure you got a good angle on the tattoo as well, because these lines are already tough enough. And one thing you got to be careful, like I said, that one round line, and don't forget them blowouts, so just be careful. Make sure you're consistent with every time you go in. Keep that needle at the same depth. You ain't digging into it, just tapping. Going with the E. Oh, I got an eyeball that needle. Watch it. Okay. I don't know why it's bogging down. My battery ain't going dead. Alright, practice the motion now. And there we go. I'm gonna try to hit the super long lines if you ain't comfortable. You go through it piece by piece. And make sure it's all connected. The only thing that matters is the end result. On the Y to E, it's a lot easier to hit that 4 line. All the other ones, had to just do it in pieces. It's all about that angle. On the L as well. That B is one going to give us some problems, all them curves. So let's just hit this long line in the back first. Most easiest part. Right back here. We're gonna stop right there. And bring it through the loop. And continue on. Yep. You gotta turn on them angles to get that perfect curve in. Get the back of the B. There you go. Now let's swoop it around. Boom. Let's wipe it down, check it out. See if we're missing anything. If we're missing something, just tap it up. Just a little light. Niggas already swelling up by the wrist. Didn't expect it to swell like that. And this your first tattoo, huh? Look at that. Broke the version. First tat. You plan on getting any more?
Yeah.
This is just the start, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, let's look over it. You see that E for sure gotta be touched. You can touch the back of the D. And you're gonna touch the back of the B. Other than that, yep. So that's what, 3 spots for sure we gotta touch.
Mm-hmm.
Start with the back of the B. Make sure it's for sure in there. But one thing you gotta remember, if it fade, I would recommend that y'all like go light than to go too dark. Cause if you go out too dark, you can't go back. But if it happen to fade and it's too light, you can always touch it up. So that's a tip for beginners. You can always touch it up, but once you go too dark, can't go back. So just keep it thin. I'm about to hit the E. It's gonna be good. On the back of the D. Feel like you need a magnifying glass. You go to staring too long, it looks like it try to get blurry. One more E and then the back of the D. Here, one more spot and we good. Yep, let it head left from there. Woo, bless, baby. Let's go. Wipe it down. And let's check it out close up. Hopefully y'all caught that.